Welcome to episode number 4, 5?
4.
4 of the Illiterate and Irrelevant and Illiterate podcast.
The only reason I remember is because I've typed it a million times.
Yeah, I should quit being such a hacky piece of shit and remember that crap, but I'm not smart, man. So, what's been good, man?
Lots of stuff.
What do you got, dude?
Let's see. I've been writing shit down all this time, waiting to just goof on it.
Oh, it's not like a manifesto, is it?
No. Did you... This is old news by now, but did you hear about the people who were cheating in fishing?
Yeah. I don't know a whole lot about it. I know some people were like shoving sinkers into the fish to get the weight up.
Mm-hmm. They were shoving 1-ounce sinkers, and I think they were fishing for walleye, and they were shoving in like walleye fillets into the fish too to make them weight.
Cooked or uncooked?
Uncooked.
We find if it was cooked. It's like I just caught the world's most convenient walleye.
And then they had to
stream to table.
Rather than like, and they wouldn't even have to smuggle it in. They could just bring it in their lunchbox.
Yeah.
Oop, oop.
Like I get cheating in some sports, and I use sports loosely when I talk about fucking fishing. But what kind of prize were they looking at?
So
they had to do all this horse shit
for that particular tournament. It was $30,000 for what, 1 day's work.
So, but what's the penalty? Oh, you can't fish competitively ever again.
I think so.
I was like, good thing I have that job at National Tire and Battery. You know, it's like fucking Christ. If you can't trust an angler,
who can you trust? A bad day fishing beats a good day working. Jesus. Apparently not. They faced a misdemeanor count of unlawful ownership of wild animals, a charge related to the raw fish fillets they allegedly had on their boat.
So it's illegal to have raw fish fillets on your boat?
Who knew?
That's
somehow.
That's like some Joe Exotic illegal pet trade shit?
Well, I wonder if you can just buy raw walleye.
Of course you can.
They're fishing for walleye. Can you? I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure you can buy raw any type of fish there is.
Perhaps. Well, the grand jury indicted him. Charges were fifth degree felonies. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not even 4. 5th degree.
Who do you think was madder? The judge when he opened up these fish and saw sinkers and fillets in, or the people that got picked for that grand jury? Like, everybody hates jury duty. Like, no one likes it.
Dude, I only got picked, or I got summoned for jury once, and I was praying the whole time, not pick me.
I get called every 2 years.
God.
The only time I missed me was the COVID years. But like when you get into that main jury selection room, the first room you go in when you get there, they give you like a questionnaire, and you can kind of just by reading the questionnaire figure out what your case is going to be. One's like, do you know anybody who's ever gotten cancer from asbestos? And shit like that. Like, oh, okay, it's one of those cases. So
that was the same thing with mine.
Could you imagine being in a jury selection for fishing crimes? Like, do you or anybody in your family really like fishing? Or do you have a connection of walleye fillets?
Yes, I do.
Do you have like a walleye guy that you can meet up with?
In fact, the IPO of my first business was walleye.
I mean,
and walleye accessories.
Oh fuck, dude! I mean, like, could you imagine like when they're sitting, like they finally get the jury picked, and they're sitting down there, and like they're laying out the case. How many of them are like, "Are you fucking serious?" It's like, yeah, these guys were cheating at a fishing tournament. Like, you're calling me in for this, not murder, not even fraud, not even like someone ducking out on child support. You're calling me in for fucking fish crime.
Sounds fishy.
Oh.
I got it.
The fucking soundboard just makes it worse. Oh, God. But, yeah, it's like... And can you imagine being like the dudes like... Well, first, somebody had to rat him out. Or else, if they were going so hard on how many weights they were shoving in these fish. Like they were pulling out like a fish like that big, and well,
it's 33 pounds.
It's like the guy's like 30. What the fuck? Then he's like, he starts shaking it by its tail, and things just start plopping out of its mouth like loose change and shit like that. Like
then fucking paper clips and gum.
Yeah. Then he's just
coins.
like looking at the dude like on the boat, like, are you fucking serious? You're cheating at fishing? Like, ugh.
Apparently, it's a common thing for fishing tournaments to have a polygraph test, which they failed, by the way, because somebody, I guess, was like suspicious of it, and they were like, "Cut open that fish." They cut it open, and the guy was screaming, "There's weights in the fish! There's weights in the fish!"
You just see him saying, "Cut open the fish," and then one dude with like the fishing hook on his hat, you just see him go. He must have gotten them off the bottom of the pond or wherever the fuck walleye come from. Jesus, that's fucking great. What do you think about these horrible fishermen, Elliot? That's a good answer, bud.
Indeed. Apparently, and it wasn't the first time they did it. The year before, they got away with scamming and apparently won like upwards of $300,000 in prizes.
Damn, this is almost as insane as the college admission scandal. Actually, this is probably the biggest sports thing like to go on since like Barry Bonds was accused of juicing.
I don't know, that college admissions scandal was pretty.
Yeah, whatever. But Lori Loughlin could get it, so she can fucking commit fraud all she wants. So, is that all you had to say about fishing?
And that it's a bogus sport.
Yeah, it's not a sport, dude.
No.
It's not a sport when one of the participants is unwilling. You know,
that's a great point.
I feel the same way about hunting.
Oh,
it's like, yeah, like I have no problem with people hunting
if
like,
you're gonna eat it.
Yeah, that's your thing. It's your thing. Okay,
yeah, you better eat it.
Yeah, eat it, or you know, if you or cut it up, sell it, do something, but don't call it a sport.
Yeah, or give it away. Or do anything but like make a.
Well, I used to work at for a butcher that specifically only worked during deer season, and we would cut up deer. That's all we did. So that's fine, but we never referred to it as a sport. Like, I'm sure the guys who brought in the deer did, but yeah, like ask the deer if it's a fucking sport. He's like, well, actually, I would prefer, you know, some fishing, you know, but fucking stupid.
The tournament's director found 10 weights inside the fish, 8 12-ounce weights, and in addition to several walleye fillets. They were stripped of their titles.
All of that in one fish?
Apparently. I think in the picture I saw there was 2.
What do you think the cutoff would have been?
Like, what's too much?
To avoid suspicion. Like
4? I don't know.
You know, it's like maybe if he had just done like, you know, 2 sinkers and 1 walleye fillet, you know, but then he had to get fucking greedy about it, you know?
Sure did. Even just a couple sinkers and no fillets.
God damn it, Wyatt. Why'd you have to get so greedy on the boat?
Their names.
Like, you know, his boys were just like, dude, you're putting too many sinkers in there. And he was just like, I don't give a fuck. Go for the gold or go home. Like, so you can shut the fuck up, Trent.
You were close. Yeah. You were close with Wyatt. Their names are Jacob and Chase.
Ugh.
Exactly.
Do you remember that old shit, like racist parents and aunts and uncles, all that shit used to always say about black people and their names and stuff, you know? Oh, it's just made up gibberish.
Yes.
Do you think that's completely gone full circle with the way white people are naming kids now?
1,000%.
Like,
and I'm glad you brought this up.
Braden, Chaden, Braylon, Chassis, or shit like that. Just like, yeah.
They've jumped the shark.
And the funny thing is the people doing all these silly white names are the same people that were saying, oh, what's his name? Jamiroquai or whatever. And I was like, yeah, way to...
The whites have jumped the shark.
You live long enough to see yourself become the villain. It's like, yeah, so it's like, I don't think that argument could ever be used ever again. Like, you know, they just make up names. Like,
everything's made up.
It's like, you can say it's Gaelic all you want, but I guarantee you there's no one back in the old country named, like, Chastity. Like, oh, so fuck off. You know? God damn it.
Brady.
But, so, I get, like, really silly ideas when I'm, like, really tired.
As you should.
So my little yellow notebook that I have all the time, I keep it right next to my bed. When I get up.
So you can jot it.
So sometimes I'll, like, wake up And like when first thing in the morning, like it takes me like 10 minutes to actually get out of bed because I'm just sitting there like, oh. But like some shit comes to me that I swear in those 10 minutes is like the funniest thing in the world. So I write it down and then I look back on it later and I'm just like, what the fuck was I thinking at 5 o'clock this morning? And I just want to go over. I found one that I actually had written down. This is years ago.
I do the same thing, but with my phone.
I'm analog, baby.
True.
This is one I don't. It was an idea for a game show I had first thing in the morning. It was called Scorch Porch.
Okay.
And the idea was to have like one of those like races to remodel shows, you know, like flippant house shits, but you just make a porch, but the whole time the porch is on fire. So you got to finish it before it burns. It makes zero sense. It makes zero sense logistically and everything else, but that was like I said, it was first thing in the morning. I'm not thinking straight like I ever do, but I was like, yo, Scorch Porch is the new sensation that's going to sweep the nation. And this is one I came up with 2 nights ago. It's just 3 lines. You can see it right here. Mm-hmm. Mary Kate Olsen, MK Olsen, MK Ultra. Do you think there's anything there?
Perhaps.
Do you think the Olsen twins have psychic powers given to them by the CIA?
Well, it's Mary Kate and Ashley. So is it just one of them?
It could be. You know, maybe they're actually they're not really twins. There was always just Ashley Olsen. But then, like, you know, the CIA was like, yo, Mr. Olsen, we're going to give your daughter a quote-unquote twin who's actually like a clone or a cyborg or some shit made by the MK Ultra program. And that's where she came from.
Perhaps.
You know what I mean? And, like, the whole time, like, the one Olsen twin is charming the world with, you know, Full House and, you know, just being adorable. The other one's just out, like, getting secrets and shit, reading minds.
Isn't there a third Olsen?
Yeah, but she's not one of the twins.
Yeah, true.
That's the one that plays Scarlet Witch in all the Marvel movies.
Oh, that's right.
And she shows full bush in that Old Boy remake. And I was fucking stoked on it. You also got to see fucking Josh Brolin's butt cheeks. Pretty stoked on that, too, not going to lie.
Yeah, I liked him in Sicario more.
Was he have butt cheeks in that one?
Nah, he was
then
just
that movie can fucking pack it up the ass.
He was just a murderer.
Speaking of movies, a lot of my friends love horror movies. I enjoy horror movies. I do. I like them. But the amount of horror movie punishment that comes around October every year it's annoying. But, you know, because we're adults now, all of us, and we can watch horror movies whenever the fuck we want.
That's true.
And that's one of the perks of being an adult. You know, but I don't want to, you know, really just piss on these people's cereal. You know, it's just like, oh, my 31 days of horror. I'm like, all right, whatever, man. You do you. But
yep,
what they're doing right now is taking viewership away from what I think is going to be the next cinematic masterpiece of my generation, your generation, and generations to come. And that is Lyle Lyle Crocodile.
I knew this was coming.
Hit theaters this October. And how are you, you know, how can you go see Lyle Lyle Crocodile when you're so busy rewatching like Evil Dead or Hellraiser for the umpteenth time?
I thought your angle on this was going to be those people use it as like an excuse to post a story every day of like the most obscure horror movie they can possibly find.
You know, like,
look at the movie I found. Like,
well, like only whatever. 5 people seen this. It got banned from like the Cannes Festival. Oh, the Cannes Film Festival in France? Yeah, but they had one at like the Citgo station behind it. You know, it's like, whatever, dude. Or
it's like good.
They have some director's cut of Cannibal Holocaust that's, you know, all in, you know.
They cut the turtle's head off.
Like, who gives a shit?
And it's like, yeah, five people seen it. Good. That's 4 too many.
Yeah,
including the director.
It's like, why are you trying to like like I said, I like horror movies a lot, but I don't give a shit about like cult status or any of that crap. Or, you know, like, I'm sorry, the Evil Dead movies stink, and I get a lot of shit from my friends for it.
The really old ones.
Yeah, the Bruce Campbell ones. They're fucking terrible.
Which I think is it the first one that takes place in like the house, like the old country house? Yeah. I watched it, fell asleep.
I've watched it. I watched all three of the original ones, and
It's fine.
they're okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Like, I hate campiness. I hate silliness when it comes to horror, unless it's done extremely well. And I'm sorry, those movies stink, but everybody did, like, I don't know what's worse, the people that try to post like the most obscure like foreign horror flicks possible to be that guy, or the people that just do the same cookie cutter basic bitch horror movies. You know what I mean? Like there's the guy who's trying to like be like, only watch director's cuts, before anything, no edited, non-edited fucking movies, and the other person's like, I just watched all the Scream movies. I'm like, all right.
I'm watching Nightmare before it. Or Nightmare on Elm Street again. I almost said Nightmare Before Christmas.
You know what though? People do that too when it comes to like Halloween movies. I'm like, yeah, it's Halloween related, but that's not a horror movie. I don't think it should count. But yeah,
like Hocus Pocus and shit.
yeah, like seriously, I don't give a shit about. But they're taking away box office revenue from Lyle Lyle Crocodile, which is, I mean, damn well this is going to be a trilogy, and
a trilogy. I hope it's a.
Yeah, I know, right? I hope it's a trilogy of trilogies.
Oh my god!
But like Star Wars, But the thing is, like, if you people aren't showing it its proper respect when it's in hits theaters, like, first off, you're really cutting into the chances of it being a Lyle Crocodile 2. And secondly, you're missing, which is going to be a touchstone moment of this millennia.
Oh.
What the?
It's worth it, I promise. Keep going, sorry.
What are you doing?
What am I doing? What are you doing?
Are you watching the trailer for Lyle Lyle Crocodile?
No, I'll do you one better.
What is it?
It's Top of the World.
The fuck is that?
You should know, fan.
At the top of the world tonight, you're sitting safe and starry-eyed.
Is that Lyle Lyle himself?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's the bull.
Is there anything that fucking guy just can't do? I mean,
that movie does look silly.
Yeah, like, so you want to watch like the same movies you've been watching every Halloween, or do you want to watch, like brilliance, like pure brilliance?
Sit.
Elliot, what do you think about Lyle Lyle Crocodile? I agree, dude.
One
See?
sniff.
One sniff.
Lay down.
Yeah, you're a bad dog. Only one sniff? That's a 5 sniff fucking film, dude.
There you go.
If that shit gets snubbed at the Oscars, I hope Will Smith just smacks everyone.
He comes back
You know
with
what I
a
mean?
vengeance.
So, yeah. I'm pretty sure Lyle Lyle Crocodile is going to be the greatest movie of our lifetimes. I'm pretty sure Mary-Kate Olsen is a CIA construct, whether it be a clone, a robot, or a mix of the two. And I'm pretty sure that pretty soon on the HLN network will be the debut of Scorch Porch. I'm still ironing out the details. We're going to try to get some, washed up actor with a soul patch, to host it. So
What's Ty Bennington doing?
that's exactly who I was thinking of. And I couldn't remember his fucking name. The Move the Bus guy.
That bus.
Yeah.
What was it? Extreme Home Makeover?
Yes.
He's not busy.
Like, that shit just cracked me up because they would really fucking strap up those they would really strap up those houses. But the thing is, like, they didn't tell the homeowners, like, you still gotta,
You have to pay the taxes.
the taxes and the upkeep on all the shit that they did.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, this house is amazing looking, but yeah, you two better fucking get some like a slave labor force to keep up with it,
or a third and fourth job.
Yeah, seriously, or a nice clone of one of the Olsens.
Yeah.
Use their mind control powers to mow the grass, like Sturgill Simpson.
Mow.
You know what I mean? Oh shit, we got a fucking. This is a first, dude. This is a first, and it's going to be great. We have our very first ad read.
Oh my god, that mic noise! You gotta stop. Give yourself like a foot and a half of slack.
First off, quit yelling at me. All right, I don't work well under pressure, and this is disrespectful to our fucking people that our sponsor, dude. I mean, Jesus, dude. Anywho,
please, just do
the
it.
Irrelevant and Illiterate podcast. I'm not.
Give yourself like a foot and a half of slack in your lap. with the cord.
Quit fucking worrying about my lap, you fucking weirdo. There, look. It's
a
tucked
little
under my
better.
fat gut. Now shut up.
Much better.
All right. Now, this week's episode of the Irrelevant and Illiterate podcast is brought to you by Fathead Decals. Fathead Decals are the perfect wall decorations for your man cave, Tom. This place we're in right now,
This very cave?
your dwelling,
Okay.
like, dude, these walls, with all these goofy, like, posters and shit, wouldn't it
Kind
be
of-
fucking more badass with some nice Fathead decals?
You know, come to think of it, they are a tad bare.
Exactly. The best part about Fathead decals, you can just take them down, put them up, move them without any effort whatsoever. They don't leave holes in your walls from nails,
No drilling?
no staples, no drilling. You don't have to, like, make sure you're not hitting the stud. You know, it's not going to fuck up the paint, nothing like that. And Fathead is running a brand new line.
can't
This
wait.
line is called the Four Angels of the NFL. All right.
Go on.
You know what would be fucking sick on this wall right here, dude? What four amazing athletes and Americans would be great for this wall? Aaron Hernandez, Plaxico Burress. Oh, how about a guy named Ray Rice? Ever heard of him?
Sure have.
And how
Baltimore
about-
Ravens.
The Michael Vick, dude, on this wall.
Michael Quick,
Right?
Quick Vic?
So if you use promo code CTE when you go to Fathead Decal online, you get not only do you get all four of those at 10% off, you get a free Antonio Brown blow up pool toy. That's right. You want to freak out the norms at the fucking hotel pool? You bring your Antonio Brown pool toy, dude, when you use promo code CTE. And I know what you're saying. You're like, but Dennis, I don't fucking like sports. And you know what, Tom? Neither do I. I hate sports, but you know what I do love? The fucking truth, dude. I like the truth. I like knowing the truth. I like the revealing of truth. And I like displaying the truth for all my fucking homies when they come down here just to chop it up with me. Like the rascals we are, like we're doing right now.
Yeah.
So, Fathead is also running the new, for non-sports fans, the Truth Line. You know what the Truth Line is, dude? Mm-mm. Oh, you can have
educate me.
wall of Hillary's emails. Not only that, you get the real COVID numbers. And last but not least in this line is the list of secret reptilians that have infiltrated the government. Oh, you think it's done? It's fucking not, dude. They also have all the launch codes to George Soros's secret space laser in orbit above our country right now. All that shit. So when everybody comes down and say, "Oh, Tom, let's go chill at your house, dude," they're going to see all that shit on your wall and just know that you are the most informed individual ever.
I'm plugged in.
Now, to get 10% off of that with checkout, use promo code Benghazi. That's right. Use promo code Benghazi and tell them that Irrelevant and Illiterate sent you. That's Fathead Decals. Thank you for sponsoring us. Not bad, dude. I think we're going to make them millions of dollars.
Yeah, I can send,
Yeah.
I can feel it.
Yeah, dude. They're going to be like, yo, these dudes are a sensation. And, you know, everything they do is great. So, let me use my cheat sheet here. Completely
Yes.
unprofessional.
Yes. Yes.
I want to talk about another hack subject that gets brought up a lot, and it's fucking obnoxious, and I hate hearing about it. But I got irritated at it again because someone actually in real life used virtue signaling in a conversation at Dunkin' Donuts 3 days ago when I was there.
Oh boy.
So I want to talk about cancel culture, and I don't want to talk about if it's good or if it's bad, or, you know, if we should worry about it, if it's going to ruin music, comedy, the premiere of Lyle Lyle Crocodile or whatever. I want to talk about the people that bitch about cancel culture.
The people, not so much the culture itself.
No. I mean, like,
Okay,
everything that can
I
be
read
said
you. Has been said
about cancel culture has been said
many times too.
by people way dumber than me and people way smarter than me.
Fair.
So I just want to talk about the people talking about it who have absolutely nothing to fucking worry about from cancel culture. It's like people, you gotta look out for the woke mob, dude. The woke mob's coming for you next. It's like, you work at Wingstop. What are they going to take from you? You know what I mean? It's like, you don't have to worry about anybody calling you out for, dropping the N-word at a fucking beer league baseball game and losing your job.
Shut up.
At fucking, Halloween Spirit. It's like, shut up about cancel culture. Like, it's not going to affect you. People who, like, celebrities, people that make their millions and millions and millions, all right, let them bitch about it because it will affect them.
Well, the problems that they run into affect people in waves too, like people connected to them.
Yeah.
People who, like, drivers, people on their staff.
Yeah.
All that shit. That will affect multiple people's lives. And
or if like they're a director, it'll affect like his production staff and shit like that. Yeah.
Like the crew of a film is massive, and if the director's out and all of those people are out of a job,
absolutely, dude. Like, and like that, I'm like, all right, I get what you're saying, but I don't think Tony from Zoomies has anything to fucking worry about. I'm just pretty sure, like, look, you can say the most homophobic shit you want. You're still going to get that fucking noon to 8 p.m. shift every week anyway. Yeah, you're good, dude.
So put up those snowboards and shut up.
Put up those snowboards and those socks with pot plants on it and just, just shut up. Like, it's not going to affect you. The woke mob, if it exists or doesn't exist, either way, they're not fucking coming for you.
Mm-mm. They weren't looking for you in the first place.
They sound like they're like, yo, we got to get Bill Maher and fucking Tony from Zoomies, dude. Because like your threat level 0. It's like, ugh. Also, I had to look up what virtue signaling was. I was like, this sounds stupid. What is that? And then I looked up what it was, and all I got was, remember that band Train? I think that's who it was, Train?
Yes.
Their singer went on to like a Twitter rant a couple years ago about virtue signaling and the woke mob and all this shit.
Really?
And it really cut into their state fair turnout, and like that dude, okay, when you're already like teetering on the edge of complete irrelevancy, like only like a couple aunties are coming out to see you, every Friday at the fucking Crab Shack.
Your 45 or 50-year-old mom crowd.
Yeah, I can get you panicking, because now you might have now you're like 54 and you got to learn a fucking trade. That sucks. But like, yeah, when I see people like under my age complaining about it and they work like just like menial jobs, there's nothing wrong with working a menial job, but just understand that you work a menial job and what you do is not important. Mm-hmm. Like what I do for a living is not important. What you do for a living is not important.
Make no mistake.
Yeah. And what I don't worry about is what like snowflakes or liberals or cucks or whatever the fucking buzzword thinks, because it's not going to affect me. Mm-mm. Like maybe like one of my friends will stop talking to me. That's like the worst I really have to worry about.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
For a short period of time too.
What's it going to make this podcast go from 13 listeners to 12? Like who gives a shit? Oh, I had some fucking chuckle fuck give me shit for making fun of jet skis.
Oh, yeah. Really?
He's like, jet skis are so fucking fun, dude.
Oh,
you ever been on a jet ski? I'm like, just pilot that jet ski under a truck tire. You fucking ding dong.
Also, look at me. Obviously, I haven't.
Yes, seriously.
I don't live on a lake.
Those things also have weight limits. Like, look at me. Like, if I was anywhere near a lake, you know what would happen? They would look in my mouth for sinkers and walleye fillets. There's no way that thing came out of that pond. It's like, I think Brent is cheating. He brought up a bearded tub of fucking oatmeal. I should do that next fucking fishing tournament. Just come up, just like
flop on the deck,
doing the fucking hot girl fish lips thing. Hi, Elliot. Yeah.
They present you on the dock like this.
Why the? Yeah. Like how did you catch him? Oh, he was running from the woke mob.
Oops.
And we just caught him. Did you break it?
Oopsie daisy.
You dropped the Game Boy Color. It's like, yeah, we caught this one fleeing the woke mob, so. Jesus Christ.
What was his name? Thanks, Tony.
Tony from fucking Zoomies.
Thanks for what you've done.
Yeah, thank you for your services, wink wink.
Look at Al.
Speaking of, let's give a nice little shameless plug to the Thank You for Your Services podcast, co-hosted by one Thomas Alderson.
Myself.
And Matt, whatever the fuck stupid last name he probably has.
It ends in a vowel, just know that.
Ugh, gross.
DiDonato.
Oh, gross. He's an eye-tie?
Yes.
Go back to the fucking motherland.
You wouldn't know it, like, talking to him. He always, like, well, him and his dad like shy away from Italian.
Oh, hold on. I just realized something. I don't care. I just don't give a shit. I don't care about. First off, he's an Italian, so I don't care. But no, I'm kidding. Matt's a nice, sweet boy.
Tomorrow.
Oh.
I have an episode of that of Thank You coming out that we did at Little Goat Coffee Roasting.
Oh,
that was fun.
So you want to give a shout out to Little Goat Coffee Roasting here too?
Sure, love them. I actually do love those people and that coffee shop.
I hear the coffee's good, but you know me, I'm brand specific, basic bitch, Dunkin' Donuts man. But they're Delaware, so you know. But I do not appreciate the fact that there's no actual little goats on the premises. But you know, I can overlook that if that shit's good. But
it is allegedly great.
Also, since shameless promotion for people, 3 records have come out made by friends of mine. So I'm completely totally biased on this opinion, but I think everybody should go check them out. The first record I want to talk about is by Rock Bottom from Philadelphia and the surrounding area, and their album Speedway. Mm-hmm. It's a great record, great hardcore record, great just heavy music record. The next one is a couple buddies of mine from down the Richmond, Virginia area called Terror Cell, and their record is called Caustic Light. Very good, chaotic metal, hardcore stuff, good stuff for everybody around. And third, from New Jersey, Ground, and their new release, Habitual Self-Abuse, which might hit my favorite of 2022.
Yeah, you were talking about how much you love that Ground record.
I love that band, like, completely. Like, that band's so fucking good. Like, I heckle the shit out of them every time they play, but I fucking think they're great. But, yeah, so free plugs. It's all those guys. Great people, making great music. And, you know, if you like great music, you should fucking listen to that shit, too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean, Thomas?
Mm-hmm. I sure do.
You don't have any friends, so you're not going to give anybody...
No.
I
just have Elliot and I have Al over there.
Alphonse.
Stop that. Stop chewing on yourself.
Oh.
It's weird.
Let him chew on himself, dude. Those things only live like 12 years. Let him chew.
Well, if we're already talking about music, let's get into homework. Our one of our recurring segments here.
Oh, yeah. What the... I forget what fucking comedy thing you made me listen to. Oh, the Round Table of Gentlemen.
Yes.
I enjoyed it. I really did. The one thing is... It's weird, like, not... Like, I've never gone into a podcast blind and not knowing who any of the people were. Mm-hmm. Like, the episode that you sent me to listen to, the only person I recognized was the guest, who was Chris DiStefano.
I think he was one of the guests.
Oh, okay. Like, well. I didn't know... I wasn't familiar with anyone else on there. But it was very funny. Like... Some of the parts of it were dated, but it was a very funny podcast. And so when I run out of shit in my own queue, I will probably deep dive and go find more.
I think that episode I sent you is from like 2011.
It's the one Chris DiStefano tells a story.
He told the 9/11 story for the first time.
But he told a better story.
About his dad?
About his dad when they went to some like sporting event and like
it was a play.
And like
school play.
Some like schoolgirls like out on the stage saying like, no, we gotta take a break, and he yells, "Show your bush."
He yelled it at one of the faculty because they were like, "All right, settle down." And he goes, Show your bush.
Like that story, like I was fucking like snorting. I was laughing so goddamn hard at that. That was really good. As far as the record you sent me, like you threw me for a loop calling it death rock. Because when I think of that, I think of those later Entombed records where they really, really liked Motorhead, which are good records. Don't get me wrong, but what the mission was, it was a good record. It was like I enjoyed listening to it. Honestly, I probably will never listen to it again. But I did listen to it all the way through, and I did enjoy it. It's not really, it's a genre I don't really know shit about.
Yeah, it doesn't blow your skirt up.
No, it's not even that. It's like I'm just unfamiliar completely with that genre. Like the only bands I could really think to compare it to was like this. There's this band in like the 80s called The Church that they sound very, and like The Mission, The Church. That's kind of weird, right?
It's close.
Damn. MK Olsen. But yeah, it was a good record, and like I want to say it reminded me of The Cure, but less Mary Sue.
Yes.
You know, where they have the bubble gum. Like, look, The Cure is like those goth kids that would hang out at the food court at the mall, right? Mm-hmm. Whereas The Mission comes off as those goth kids that would hang out at the local diner till 3 a.m. smoking cigs and just pounding black coffee.
I totally, I see
You know what
that.
I mean? Like, those are the kids that for fucking riot and die. Like, you know, they didn't fucking wipe the white face paint off to go to Thanksgiving.
No.
Kids are into The Mission. They were like, yo, I don't give a fuck what grandma thinks.
Dude, those kids wear they wear those weird cowboy hats with buckles on them. And sunglasses all day, every day. Dude. And leather.
Did the buckle on the cowboy hats make them tighter? Somebody asked Rob Zombie. That fucking dried up dickweed. Sorry, John Wren. But
and Mel.
And god damn it.
Fuck Rob Zombie.
Mel. Yeah, your girlfriend's a sweetheart. So but she needs to shut the fuck up about Paramore. And look, I don't even mind Paramore. I don't. Like, they actually have some songs I think are good. But yo, calm down.
It's gonna be okay.
Like, I hope she gets to see them, because I hope I get to see her see them. Because I want to see her pull like the Beatles' first time in the U.S. reaction when they come up on stage, or her just like fucking squealing and just fainting, losing her mind.
She is like that. And she's seen them like 15 times or some shit.
Jesus Christ. You want to hear a fucking great story about the fucking Beatles, dude?
Sure do. Not.
It's more of a funny story about my mother. But the first time the Beatles came to the U.S., one of the people that was there and present to see them was my mother. Huh. Now, my mother does not listen to music. And what I mean by that is she does not listen to music. She's never had a record collection, a tape collection, CDs, none of it.
Driving in the car?
When you're in a car with her, the radio is off.
Ooh. All
the time.
Silence.
Oh, conversation, you know, and I've known her for 43 years. We ran out of shit to talk about when I was about 14. But she got to see the Beatles. She went with a bunch of her college friends to go see the fucking Beatles when they came over. And her telling about her friends is some of the funniest shit ever. She's like, they were offering to suck their cocks, and they were throwing their underpants on stage, and just thought they were just freaking out and fainting and just pulling their shirt. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, well, what were you doing? And she was like, I was just sitting there. I mean, of course. I was enjoying the music. It was nice, you know? And I really hope, like, she's lying. Yes. I really hope all that shit she said about her friends, that she, in truth, went alone.
She was projecting?
She went alone and just did all that shit. And then, like, you know, like, split personality, came up with all these friends that were there doing all this nefarious, you know, horny girl shit. And it was actually my sainted mother. And maybe all that horniness she had seeing the Beatles completely blew her out of music. And that's why she doesn't listen to music now. Because she's afraid if she hears something even remotely sounds like the Beatles, or the Beatles come on the radio, she'll just start spraying the car down. You know, just fucking just losing her mind, swerving in the traffic, just fingering herself and shit. And just like,
oh my God.
Ugh. And that's gross thing about for my mother, but it's also hilarious at the same time. So yeah, that's the end of my story. So I hope
she jumped the shark with the Beatles.
Yeah.
huh?
So when if Mel eventually has children, it'll be funny if like all of a sudden she just does not listen to music whatsoever, and they're like, "Mom, why don't you listen to music?" And she's like, "Well, there's this band called Paramore." That'd be great.
I don't think she'll ever have children, but
No, you eat your dead ass balls. Old Tommy dead balls.
look at him.
Are we boring you? So you're taking pictures of your dog here? He is a good ass dog though.
No,
Look how fucking bored he is.
that's gonna be the episode picture.
He's like, yo, why the fuck are these two just jawing to nobody? Looking at an end table with a fucking cell phone on it. Yo, Elliot, you're a good ass boy. Yo, he's out.
He's about to be.
Yo, I fucking envy that shit. I envy that shit.
Yes, I sure do.
God damn it.
That's a superpower.
It's a fucking great superpower to have. Yeah. This year your ear perked up.
Yeah, you paying attention now, huh?
Are you sleepy, boy?
Y'all tuckered out.
Oh, whatever. This is boring talk. What the So,
What else we got today? Oh yeah.
oh, speaking of people getting canceled and having to learn to trade, why do people with trades and having trade jobs feel the need to post videos of them doing said job like anybody else in the world gives a fuck? I'm like, okay, all right, let me preface this by saying, okay, you learned a trade, you're probably very good at it, and there's some very talented tradesmen out there, and they're a very necessary person to have around. You need your masons, your plumbers, your electricians, all that shit.
Carpenters and whatever.
But you know what? No one, and everybody was like, hey man, fix the toilet, pave the road, great. Thanks, man. You're fucking doing a service that I can't do, and I appreciate you. But what I don't appreciate is when I'm trying to look at fucking pictures of like kids with Down syndrome playing tennis on Instagram. I gotta fucking get through a picture of like, Joey Butt Knuckles fucking, plunging a toilet. It's like, yo, look what I did today. Or he's like, I fixed this water main. It's like, so fucking what, dude? Nobody, like, I think out of the entire population of the world, maybe 10% of it has a job that's worth being videoed and shown to everybody else. I mean, I was a tradesman for a while. I was a meat cutter. But who the fuck wants to watch me cut pork chops? Nobody.
I'm sitting right here and I don't.
Yeah. I didn't even like doing it, and I was doing it. Actually, no, I'd enjoy doing it, but I'm like, this is very dull to watch.
I can't imagine.
Like, I can understand if I was like, dismembering like a hooker that I picked up at a truck stop, but no, it was just, I was cutting up a bottom roast for some old lady. Like, great. Like, I don't understand why they feel we need to watch them, lay bricks. It's like, look, if you didn't do it, somebody else would have came along with this and done it for you. It's like, no one cares, dude. You're not, it's like, people like cooking shows, right? I get that. Because you can say, all right, look, Rachel Ray's in her fucking big titties are fucking cooking this meal. I can, go home and cook now. No one's watching you, I don't know, put in new wiring into an apartment.
Yeah, I don't need to see a stop motion video of you putting a house together.
Yeah, you're putting in wiring into a house. No one's like watching, like, ooh, I'm gonna go home and put in some wiring. Like, that's not happening. So why are you making these videos? Who are they for besides yourself? And like your 4 union brothers, it's like,
people are so brainwashed and like driven to try and add content to the internet. It's like they just end up looking silly.
The internet has plenty of content. It doesn't need.
There's tons.
There's tons.
There's more than we can actually watch out there already.
I mean, this is completely hypocritical with what we're doing right now. But
it sure is, and I'm okay with it.
Like, for instance, the drummer of the band I used to be in that broke up on my birthday, our drummer is a pipe fitter, right? It takes a lot of skill to do that job,
Yeah.
It's a very important job. He puts together like duct work and pipes and shit for buildings that are being built. It's a very important job. I don't give a fuck about seeing it done. I don't. And the funny thing is, I actually had to stop following him on social media because it got so prevalent of him just posting job site videos, and then all his fucking pipe fitting dork buds are just commenting and commenting and commenting like,
what could they possibly comment?
Dude, they had secret, like, they're not really secret, but like
insider slang.
Yeah. And one of them, which I still don't know the definition of, and I'd look into it, but I just don't give a fuck, it was stacking dimes. Yeah. And like it got used a lot, hashtagged it, and the whole fucking 9 yards. Oh, no. And I was just like, oh my God, I wish you were dead. And it's like, I love Travis. Travis is a fucking great human being, and he was a fucking pleasure to be in a band with. But watching, like, seeing those videos, pictures, and shit like that, it's like I just wanted somebody to smother him with a pillow. Or, like, just put it under his little stupid welding mask and just, go to sleep. Go to sleep, buddy. No one wants to see this. Like,
nice chloroform rag.
Like, I'm proud of you for going to school, learning how to do this, and I'm glad that you're good at it. And, then you use it to support your family. Great, bud. But I don't ever want to see it. And it's one thing if it's a rando, because you can just like, fuck, I'm not going to follow that dude. Who gives a shit? But this is a person that, like, I saw on a weekly basis, and he's, like, a close friend, and, like, I want to keep apprised of, like, the other things you're doing in life. Like, here's an outing of me, and my family. Oh, cool. Where'd you guys go? That's neat, but stacking dimes with the brothers down at the Union Hall. Like, fuck off, dude. And just, but it was kind of fun just to sit back and just watch them, like, trade, like, pipe fitting jokes.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Shit that us laymen's will never understand.
Oh. And there's like, like he would like just post something and have like some caption that made no sense to the layperson, but like fucking Jerry from the local 184 is just fucking bowled over in tears. That fucking Travis, oh man, that motherfucker, that's so right. What he just like, shut the fuck up.
He's a card.
Oh God. But I guess that doesn't just apply to union people either.
No. There's one job I discovered that I didn't know I enjoyed watching until I saw it recently.
What's that?
People who clean carpets. You ever seen those videos?
I have cleaned a carpet, and I 100% know what you're fucking talking about.
I've seen these videos pop up lately it's huge on TikTok, maybe because I've liked a couple now.
Right.
But like they'll take like there was one or two that this guy took carpets from like the walkway of a coal store. Right. Like they're beyond dirty. Yeah. And he like goes through like it's all in sped up like fast motion, so it's like a 30-second video or whatever, but it goes from being like black, like the blackest soot, to like a red and green like flowery carpet. And by the end, I was like, that was really nice. One of
my similar thing that I was quite hypnotic. There's something we offer where I work is power washing.
Yes, that too.
And like people like once a year they'll have you come power wash the side of their house to get rid of like just schmutz and just soot, schmeck, shit like that. Schmegma. So I'm out there stacking dimes. No,
it's blood.
So just when you just go across with a little wand, and it goes from like grayish black to like white stucco, you're just like, oh.
I did it for my dad this past summer on his garage, and I was like, I will do this again in a heartbeat. That was fun.
Like, you're seriously like, do you have any more other disgustingly dirty shit I could just power wash?
Yes.
Oh fuck, dude.
I did his deck after. It was great.
Oh, but I was cutting meat. I used to cut meat for BJ's Wholesale too, and it wasn't a union job, so we actually had to clean the meat room afterwards.
Oh man.
Which sounds horrible, right? But guess what we got to use?
Power washer.
A fucking power washer was mounted to the goddamn wall.
Fuck yes.
Oh, and you're just like a whole room. Imagine like the latest Exhumed Records album cover, right? Mm-hmm. And you just go in there with a power washer and just spray away all that viscera and just grossness. It's just a nice, pristine, white and cement meat room. And you're just like, yeah.
Those shiny stainless steel appliances.
All the appliances have no more fucking, bone chips on it and shit. It's like, this is fucking wonderful.
Now, when I worked in a kitchen, it was very satisfying. Like, although it was late as fucking shit at night when we were done, to walk away from like a pristinely clean kitchen.
Yeah.
It is nice. Those like cleaning jobs are actually quite satisfying to watch. I don't mind watching those. But I definitely don't need to watch you use a plasma cutter.
Yeah.
Or
Plasma
something.
cutter.
Or something.
What is it, Blade Runner? Jesus Christ. Wait, that's probably a thing. I'll quit talking shit. It's probably like a thing.
It's very much a thing, yeah.
Some of these in Space Force. But,
Bing bong.
Weird shit I really get into on the internet watching, other than like, people in Russia riding bears and
Look at this Russian. What a good account.
Speaking of look at this Russian account, they posted a thing the other day, and it was one of those stupid videos of some girl pulling her butt cheeks out.
Oh my god.
And it's like, if you saw at so and so do this in front of you, what would you do? And the comments underneath was like, what the fuck is this? This isn't Russian. There's nothing Russian about this. And it's just people just sounding off like, how dare you post an attractive female butt cheeks when I want to see like a babushka fighting a bear in the middle of the fucking tundra.
I gotta find the episode of Roundtable.
It's like,
because they found a video online of somebody. They picked up a babushka grandma by the ankles.
Oh, I remember that. And they're swinging her around.
Swung her in a
And they put her
circle.
down multiple times, then picked her up and did it again.
Picked her up again.
Yeah. And you just hear it going, put me down in Russian. Yeah,
It was
it's fucking
so
fantastic.
crazy.
But ask me, this might make me a freak, but the videos I like watching now on like YouTube and shit, and like I'll fall in a wormhole like while I'm taking a shit.
Ooh.
And it's like pimple popping,
I can't do that.
ingrown hair removal, and earwax removal.
I don't like it.
I don't know what the fuck it is. It'll show like some fucking like Asian dude with like a ear full of just yellow. And then some dude just takes like this hook looking thing and just scoops it out. And for some reason I'm just like, yeah, scoop that fucking Asian's ear out, dude. And like I get so excited. And like I even have like specific like types of acne. I like watching that fucking Dr. Pimple Popper chick pull out of people. Like, dude, I get fucking into those videos and I don't know what the fuck it's about.
She has like a full-on Netflix show, doesn't she?
No, she has like a cable TV show.
Damn. TV?
Yeah, it's on like TLC, I think.
I can't believe.
Dude,
Wow.
that's one of the two shows I actually watch that's on regular television. That and Bob's Burgers. Mm-hmm. But, dude, I don't know what the fuck it is. It's just like, and here's the thing, like, I never had an acne problem growing up, so maybe that's why. Like,
It's just fascinating to you.
Like, I didn't start getting acne till I was in my 30s. I started getting like blackheads on my nose and shit. I never had bad acne as a kid. I had good ass skin, gross ass everything else, but I had good skin.
You ever see those videos where they take like that wedge looking thing and they scrape it down the side of a nose?
Yeah, I have that now.
Oh man, that's scary.
Like my nose was like a fucking strawberry with the little tiny blackheads on it and shit. And I actually, this is fucking pathetic. Dr. Pimple Popper actually has this little kit she sells of tools to use to extract shit from your face. Mm-hmm. And guess who bought one?
You did.
I did. And guess who uses it every day and is very excited when he gets to do it?
You do.
I mean, me. It's fucking great.
In Mel's various her like kit of things that she leaves here in the bathroom,
Right.
she has a pimple popping tool. It's very useful.
Sorry about the noise.
I think it's just that microphone. I need to just splurge and
It's
get better
probably just a dummy holding it. Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's that mic.
So do you use the tools?
I sure do.
Yeah.
It's very helpful.
Not even helpful. It's just like, it's interesting. It's like, holy shit. Like, it was just like this little tiny dot on your face. Then you press down the little tool.
Yep.
And just tons of shit comes out. You're just like, wow. Like, for some reason, that blows my mind.
And it's probably what, like a half of an ounce of fluid.
Yeah.
And somehow it feels like your face just lost 5 pounds.
Dude, I went completely. I got one of these charcoal masks a couple years ago, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. So actually, if anybody saw me wearing it, I would look like I was in blackface. So if I ever get caught doing blackface, that's gonna be my excuse. I'm like, oh nah, dude, I'm exfoliating. But it was one of those ones that goes on as liquid and then it dries and you peel it off and shit, right? So I peel it off, and every blackhead that was on my nose came out, and I went outside later that day, and I could feel the breeze through the holes in my nose where the blackheads were.
Wow.
And I was like, damn, this is how the other half fucking lives, dude. I was geeked out on it so much that I called my mom and told her about it. I called my sister and told her about it. I don't have anybody else in my life to tell about it, so I hung myself, then belt broke. But yeah, that's the video. If I ever take long to get back to a text message, it's because I'm sitting on a toilet getting hemorrhoids because I've been on there for 45 minutes watching people pull out ingrown hairs from their neck.
Ugh.
They even have videos. It's these Asian spa videos. They're fucking great. Not the wash ones, but the other Asian spas. Where all it is they pluck people's beards.
What? With what?
Tweezers.
Pluck what? Beard hairs?
Yeah. They shave you down with a razor, like you do, and then they get a microscope, one of those jeweler's lens, eyepieces, and they take the tweezers and pull out what's still left over.
There's stuff left?
Oh yeah, but like I said, you got to have these fucking instruments to see it.
I guess so.
It's not like you can see it the naked eye until the next couple hours later when you get that 5 o'clock shadow. But
yeah. I wonder what that feels like after that's done.
Maybe that's why they're all so hairless.
Perhaps they've killed the follicle.
Seriously, I'm wondering how if they do that so they don't have to shave every day.
They truly don't have beards.
Yeah. And when they do, they're immaculate though.
Yeah.
But maybe that's maybe it's just a thing to do so they don't have to shave every day.
Yeah. It probably lasts way longer, waxing.
Because they work them hard over in those countries. You got to work your office job 12 hours a day. You got to sleep in your desk. And
make $550 a month.
Yeah, they put dodge the suicide nets outside of the building. Yeah, that's crazy, man. So how do you feel about tits, dude?
Big fan.
Yeah,
big fan.
How do you feel about evil?
Not a fan.
Not a fan of evil?
No.
Lay it on me, dude.
Well, this week, you brought this one up. And we've both done our research.
By research, I watched a documentary on Netflix.
I watched 2 YouTube videos and read some articles. Where the fuck did it go? Okay. What's her fucking ass name?
Her name is Lori Vallow.
That's right.
She was a former Miss Texas. I don't know if she won or if she was just a contestant. But she definitely was on the pageant circuit and shit and doing all that stuff. And then she went a little off.
The weirdest thing happened.
The funniest thing is, she was a member of the Church of LDS, which is the Latter-day Saints and shit like that. And I don't know if you know this about the Latter-day Saints, but everything they do results in a cult.
Yes, it
and
does.
I don't mean to speak bad about any religion, but
I think we get a pass on this one.
But Scientology and the LDS, yes, you're all fucking cults. I don't care. And she was, first as your typical Latter-day Saints chick, a little off, but nothing out of the ordinary. And then she decided that her husband, or it was her 4th husband too, was taken over by a demon. Now, her husband's name was Charles Vallow. How was his name? Just Charles. But I don't remember the exact name. But I think the demon that lived in it wasn't named something like Lucifer, Beelzebub, Belial, any of that shit. His name was Roy Schneider.
Okay.
And that's such a weird demon name for.
Very on the nose too.
So through this weird group of friends she had that also believed the same thing, that demons would take over people and they would turn them into zombies. When she would talk about her husband, she's like, "Oh well, he's not Charles right now. He's being Roy." This is
All
like,
right.
what the fuck? So, and she had two kids. Only one was actually this Roy, Charles, whatever name you want to use, was there. As a little, she had a 16-year-old daughter and a son who I believe was 7 or 8. Little
Colby.
a little autistic kid. No, his name was JJ.
No, her yes.
Her oldest
her oldest is Colby.
Was Colby, and he was actually the main speaker on this documentary.
Right?
Yeah, and he was like a product of one of her first marriages, and so and I think the sister was his, but the youngest was just a half brother. Like, you didn't have the same dad, but I think him and the sister had the same parents. But so he's telling the story how, she's getting really into this weirdo shit, and stopping these zombies and all this stuff. And everybody that would like say, "Hey, you're getting a little off your rocker," she would instantly say, "Oh, that person's a zombie," and they have to go. Oh. So she convinced her brother of this. Her brother was actually a stand-up comedian. His name is Alex Cox, Cox.
Okay.
And they actually showed clips of his fucking stand-up, and like the bit wasn't bad. Not the greatest thing ever, but it wasn't bad. But she convinced him that all these people were demons and zombies and shit too. So they don't know whether it was her or him or the combination of both of them. The police got called to her house. She had split up from this husband.
She had an affair with Chad Daybell.
And he was a former ladder LDS guy who started a new next level on batshit insane thing. And so they were both convinced, that her husband was a zombie and Daybell's wife was a zombie.
Yes, that was right. And then she got married to Daybell.
After
marriage number 5.
Daybell killed his wife. I don't know if that was... No, he got convicted of that. But
yeah, I think so.
And then she killed Charles, a.k.a. Roy. And then she decided, okay, they covered all that up and made all that go away. And I think she pinned the murder of the husband. She tried to pin it on the brother that she convinced to come along. But then she ended up killing her kids too, because then all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, where's dad at?" And she's like, "Oh, zombies." And just 86 is them too. So yeah, she had a body count of 3 and was partner to the newest husband's wife's death. So it's a body count of 4 buried in a well in the back of the dude's house.
I wonder whatever came of the case too, because I saw in the videos I saw, she was being charged with conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and grand theft by deception were the official charges. And there was a big hullabaloo because they the prosecution was like, no jury is going to understand what that means.
Yeah,
because she's connected with the disappearance of these 2 children. And you're charging her with this?
Yeah.
Like it was hard to even prove. So it was in the news a lot. That's what I was watching.
And when they originally just said, like, all right, the kids are dead, you murdered them, they didn't have the bodies of the kids. Mm-hmm. The kids had just been gone so fucking long, and she couldn't provide proof of life. But also the authorities couldn't prove that they were dead because they didn't have any bodies. And then eventually they found the bodies. Really? I don't remember if she got convicted. I know she got tried for it. I don't remember the outcome because my memory is shit. But she shows up in fucking court for her day, and she looks like fucking Rob Zombie's wife in the first shitty horror movie he did. Was it House of 1,000? This movie's fucking boring. Whatever. And she just had like all her makeup like drawn like.
Her makeup looked like shit.
She looked awesome. She had like King Diamond like white face paint. Like the lipstick was like fucking Joker smiled, and
she had a gray streak in her hair. She had a gray top and black pants on, which was weird because all she ever wore was like baby blue or something.
Yeah.
And she had highlighter on her cheekbones that was like so out like egregious. is what I could say.
The best part about the whole documentary is like when they're leading her out in cuffs, because then the dude, her husband, went on trial afterwards. The living husband, the other one that killed his wife. And the kid Colby, her firstborn, and they lead her out. He's looking at her, it's like, what the fuck? And then you see him just move his gaze over to the husband and just gives him the most fucking like vicious look I've ever seen. And you see the dude just like, and just like put his head down. It was fucking hysterical. But she was a piece.
All right. Well, that brings us to Judgment Time. Well, what do we think? Does she get the pass or no? Child murder's pretty up there.
I mean, all right. She didn't technically kill the other dude's wife, but she knew about it. So, well, I can let that slide. Her own husband, I mean, he was an innocent dude. Just got, mixed up with a kook, but he was also one of those LDS guys. So he just would have joined the cult eventually anyway. Eventually maybe done his own fucking Hale Bop, Marshall Applewhite stuff going on. But so I can kind of look at that. But the thing is, the youngest, the son, was autistic. He could have been one of the X-Men. So, and I don't abide by ridding the world of X-Men.
He would have been a professional gamer by now,
dude,
or some successful content creator,
dude.
Much unlike our tradesmen.
That
we're forced to follow.
Now, if these tradesmen were autistic, they would have done something cooler, like cured a disease, solved like the world's hardest math problem, and figured out how to like smash atoms together and shit without, causing the zombie apocalypse and shit. So
figure out time travel.
Who knows what this little kid could have done? You know what I mean? So
she gets an F in my book.
For the older people that she had a hand in killing, yeah, those titties were correct. But for first off, the daughter was only 16. Yeah, that's fucking awful. So yeah, that's a no there. But she killed a future X-Man. You know what I mean? Like, nah, you don't do that, dude.
That's the straw.
You don't kill one of the fucking children of Charles Xavier and just fucking get to walk away with it. I don't give a shit how sexy you looked with your fucking weird ass vaudeville makeup in court. Yeah, so yeah, that's another just no from me. I just realized something. The homework thing, I did mine. You didn't do yours.
Yes, I did. Oh, that's right. I didn't get into it. My homework this week, I'm sorry to be staggered, but my homework was Amulet, a record called The Lottery.
Yeah.
I loved the pace, like the tempo of the songs. And the number one selling point of the band was the singer.
Yeah, she's great.
Really good singer. She has a killer, she has great vocal control. Mm-hmm. But the droney, lead, the deedle, the lead heavy guitars are not my favorite style.
They're very minimalist.
Yes.
Yeah.
I need a riff.
I hear you.
They
had that on there's only a 5-song record. 2 of the songs had the actual riff, so like that. But the other 3, I definitely see what you're talking about. I like that if it's done right, but I can see why other people would be put off by that.
Yeah, I just want a little more.
Yeah.
Out of my guitar. I'm
It's almost like they crafted the song around the vocals instead of the other way around.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be that way.
They did it all backwards.
That one song, When I See You.
Yeah, I love that song.
It made me want to slit my wrists.
Yeah, that's why I like that shit. I don't know what it is, dude.
I can't.
I don't know what it is, man.
They remind me of somber Sixpence None the Richer, but in a minor key.
Damn. Am I the only person that likes Sixpence None the Richer?
I'm number 2. I like him.
Yeah.
I tried to get my old band to cover him.
Who, Drowse?
No. I was in a nice guy rock band before called Statesman.
That's a fucking terrible name.
Well.
So why wouldn't they do it? Are they fucking clowns? Are they liberal cucks?
I couldn't get everybody to learn the song at the same time, but me and the bass player were like, "This is a great song. We should learn it." Because we had a girl in the band who also played violin and piano and shit and was a legit musician.
That's not all girls are good for.
And she
Jesus Christ.
She's one of those people who
patriarchy.
You can put an instrument in her hand and play a song out loud and she'll be like, and then just fucking learn it.
I hate people like that.
Exactly.
Hear a song twice and know how to play it.
Yeah, she was one of those people.
Yeah.
And the singer / guitar player was also like a highly, highly talented, like brought up in like gospel music, like guitar player.
Right.
So he had like perfect vocal pitch and like could also like hear keys and crazy shit in songs. That band was legitimately great.
So did those two have like autistic X-Men powers?
Who's to say?
See, so that's a definite no for Lori Vallow because she now denied the world of an autistic X-Man that could have made another great record.
And
That's
my
sad.
my comedy homework was Ian Fidance.
Oh, B and Ian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being Ian, it's really silly.
Right.
And I can tell it's early in the pod because there's no structure.
Yeah, I think it's only like 4 or 5 episodes in.
I think I listened to like number 6 or it's in the single digits, I think.
Yeah.
For sure. But like the Lenny Dykstra episode was insane.
He fucking loves Dykstra.
He's clinging to the Phillies thing.
And Dykstra is just such a fucking putz. And like that's just sad to see. But he fucking loves Dykstra, dude.
Well, on that episode, he had the Stuff Island guys' former homework assignment.
I saw that.
And they were the best part.
Yeah. That's all I like about those dudes. Like, they're normally the best wherever they go.
Yeah, they carry whatever episode they're on.
You know, not saying anything bad about Ian, but yeah, those dudes kind of take over a show.
I mean, he's new at it. He'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Just like stand-up. Like,
We won't, but he will.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what's homework for this week going to be then?
Well, since I gave you something fucking really soft and Mary Sue last time, I went a little heavier this week.
Great.
The band is called, now you're going to have the list, this is a lot. Cadaveric Incubator. And the album is 2017's Sermons of the Devouring Dead.
Cadaveric Incubator.
Now, the reason I fell in love with this band is, first off, it's just a great death metal record.
Okay.
But
I'm in for that.
they did something that I haven't heard done in music since probably the late 80s. There used to be a thing, like, if a guitar player was just fucking just, like, cooking, like, you know, just fucking riffing and shredding, the singer's like, guitar! You know, like that shit.
I love those.
You remember that? Well,
I love a good guitar.
on this album, the guitar player like goes into one of his solos and you hear guitar like that, and I was just like, did I just fucking hear that? So I backed it up a little bit, and I was like, he definitely just fucking did that. I was like, this album's fucking fantastic. It legit is great for reasons other than that, but that was just like the main thing that made me like stop what I was
like,
doing
all
and
right, I'm
pay
in.
closer attention. They have a newer album, but I prefer that one. The new one's good, but that one I just really, really like.
I'll definitely listen to that. Did you ever listen to that band from Richmond, Fire and Ice?
Yes.
There's they have a guitar player in the band who's like super good at guitar.
Yeah.
And he did the singer did one of those like guitar call outs.
Yeah.
He said before the solo kicked in, he goes, "Smoke it, Groder," and I was like, "Fuck, that is cool." Smoke it.
Oh, fuck. I remember one time I went and saw 25 to Life. And I know it's not a very popular thing to say now, but dude, I will die on the hill of how great 25 to Life is. But their guitar player's name was Fred Mesk, and he was basically just writing Slayer songs for hardcore kids, and he's fucking just killing it. He's great. And just like right before his one breakdown, Rick to Life, the singer just goes, "Fred Mesk going to get you. Move this place, motherfuckers." And I was just like, yeah, I will.
Wow.
And I did. So, yeah.
That is a great mosh call.
Yeah. But, yeah, this is like one of those things. Like, I have expected him to then take his microphone and, like, put it up to the guitar. Like, they used to do that dumb shit, like, because that's how guitars work, you know? Oh, fuck, that shit.
Apparently.
Like, just bringing that shit back. But, and as far, I'm not going to give you a podcast this week. It's just more, honestly, I'm going to give you two things. One, I know you've already listened to it, but I want everybody who listens to this to go watch the special. And it's a special by a comedian named Nimesh Patel. called Thank
You China.
Thank You China.
I literally watched it 2 days ago, and I'm gonna watch it again just for homework's sake.
It's one of the few specials that I rewatch regularly. And another one is one I just found accidentally by watching an older episode of You Know What, Dude? Bob Kelly's podcast. And it was this guy I'd never heard of. His name's KP Burke.
I know that name. I don't know why, but I know it.
And he has a special. It's a real bare bones special, but it's on YouTube. It's called Escape from Jacksonville.
Okay. I like the sound of that. I would love to be away from Jacksonville.
And he was just like a guy I'd never heard of. And I listened to him on the podcast. I'm like, oh, this guy's pretty clever. He's pretty funny. And so I dialed in the fucking special up on YouTube, and I was fucking cracking up, dude. It was really good.
Yeah, but both of those specials are on YouTube, so do yourself a favor and watch those for free because they're both fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Great recommendation. So I've got homework for you too.
Oh
then.
Boy.
So music wise, I have a hardcore record called Human Work by Warren.
Okay, as long as it has a title, because I hate when bands have names like that, like just one word names, and then you like try to search it, and there's like 40 bands called that, and it's like
Warren is fucking sweet.
Oh yeah, what type of hardcore is it?
It's just it's like it's a step above straightforward. Like it's heavier than straightforward.
Right.
And the singer Dan, first of all, he's like an OG. He was like an OG Drowse homie. And like we played mad shows with them.
Brag.
And this, like when they put this record out,
right,
I was like, "Fuck, this is good." And ever since, they have not stopped like doing shit. So the Human Work is a perfect.
Human Work okay.
is a perfect.
You'll
like,
text it to me later anyway.
Yeah. And then comedy wise, this goes for everybody. Check out J.P. McDade.
J.P. McDade.
Yeah.
Not familiar with him.
He's fucking hilarious. He featured for Sam Morrill this one time. I saw Sam in Baltimore, and he featured for Stavi too when I saw Stavi at
so is he a Baltimore guy?
No, he's a Philly guy.
Okay.
He's so fucking funny. I think he moved to New York by now, but he came up at Helium, I'm pretty sure. I think
it's funny. A lot of like the Philadelphia area comedians, like you'd expect, that are just like would start moving up to New York. A lot of them are staying put, and they're kind of like
good.
There's enough of them that have stayed put that they're actually putting together like almost like a Philly crew.
Yeah, it's great
of great comedians. Like there's a lot of great pods and great comedians out of Philadelphia now, making it. Well, it's not on par with what's going on in New York or like Los Angeles or whatever, or Austin even, but. It's a contender.
It's definitely
of a comedy city.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they need a couple more clubs.
Yeah, I would like going to more. I would like to be able to go to more than just Punchline or Helium.
Yeah,
I love that club, but still,
right. Just still nice to have more options than that. So JP McDade, does he have a special out, or is he just just look up his clips and shit?
Look up his clips are on his Instagram. His Instagram is McDade Baby.
Okay.
And yeah, he posts clips, not a hell of a whole lot, which I also like.
Right.
And I've seen him on stage twice, maybe even 3 times by now. It's so funny.
You don't like it when people post a lot of clips?
I like it, but I think like
some people are punishers. Yeah.
Yes. If you're punishing with it,
yeah,
stop.
Yeah.
But if you're really, really, really funny, like Phil Hanley. Like, I don't mind.
Fucking love Phil Hanley.
I never mind seeing a Phil Hanley clip up.
Yeah.
JP McDade. That's my recommendation.
I'll have to check him out. Oh, speaking of Phil Hanley, he's got a special coming out 2 days from now.
That's right.
Called Ooh La La.
No, when this episode comes out, it will be out.
It will be out. So shit, there's a lot of fun stuff for these people to do.
Yeah. Go yuck it up.
All 12 of you. We appreciate all 12 of you, too.
It's true. I'm glad people are listening to this
Except
show.
for people that give me shit for making fun of motorcycles. You're corny, and I hope every listening device you have fucking falls into a bowl of soup. Seriously, stop listening.
That's a great place to wrap it up, I think.
What, alienating our 5 listeners?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I don't have anything else.
Speaking of listeners, if you would love to do us a huge favor, if you're enjoying this, what we're doing, we ask one thing, and that is, if you enjoy it enough, tell your friends. Tell anybody.
True.
Even if they say, hey, fuck you, I'm not listening to that shit. Tell anyone who enjoys podcasts of fucking just rascals chopping it up to come check us out. It doesn't matter if you just tell one person. That one person matters.
Just one. Tell one person.
You don't have to do any other work. Just say, hey, man, you like podcasts? Check this shit out. Send them our clips that we put up on Instagram and Parler and JDate and all the other sites that we're on.